What is going on, guys? Mike here with Chit Chat Gaming. So everybody's been talking about Hogwarts Legacy, everybody's been talking about the Dead Space remaster, everybody's been talking about the Metroid Prime remaster as well here too, which are all three great games. But for me, there's one game that has been on my target here, a game that I have been waiting to play for quite some time since I first saw it was announced here, and it is a game called Untitled Dead. It's actually released here officially today, February the 14th, for Xbox One, for Xbox Series S and X, for PS4, for PS5, and for PC as well here too. Again, this game is called Untitled Dead. It is actually going to be developed by the same team that worked on the Ninja Gaiden series, that worked on Dead or Alive as well here too, and it's published by 110 Industries. I personally want to give a big shout out to 110 Industries for allowing me to be able to show this game to you guys early here. Well, I mean, it actually comes out today, but I had a chance since like Thursday to play this game. I have dived into it and played about 4 hours of the game, so unfortunately I haven't had a chance to complete it yet. But I did get a couple hours worth of footage. What I mean by a couple hours, it's because I stepped away to eat something. I literally came back and forgot to press the record button on my capture card. So again, I got some footage here I want to show you guys. So today is not going to be a complete review quite yet. It's going to be more of some gameplay and so forth here to kind of talk to you guys and kind of show you guys what it's all about, give you a little bit of background and give you my personal thoughts on the game, whether or not I believe you should pick this up. And I will say this right now, that so far here, I think that this is definitely going to be a hidden gem for 2023 thus far. So let's go ahead, guys. Let's talk about Untitled Dead here, available today. So as mentioned here, Untitled Dead is going to be a hack and slash melee combat style of game here with some third-person shooter aspects as well here too. This is definitely going to be a fast-paced, constantly moving hack and slash style of game. So if you like games like that, like Ninja Gaiden, if you like games like a most recent game I've played here, which is Bright Memory, this reminds me a lot of that as well here too, where you're constantly moving, constantly fighting, constantly shooting, etc., etc. here. Another game this reminds me of as well here too is going to be one of my favorite all-time arcade games, and it is Die Hard Arcade. So I'm not too sure if there's any inspiration from that, but this definitely reminds me a lot of that game here, which of course is available on arcade and available on the Sega Saturn as well here too. There was Dynamite Cop on the Dreamcast, another great game as well here too. So lots of inspiration from those style of games here. But as I mentioned, this is going to be, like I said, a hack and slash style of game here, and in this game here you play a week in the life of Lieutenant Hannah Stone, who's a member of the Zombie Unit, which is an elite Hong Kong police squad on a mission to uncover a major corporate conspiracy after losing the global war. This game definitely has, like, as far as the universe goes, as far as the world goes, has a cyberpunk style to it as well here too. So it's great because, guys, the soundtrack itself is also amazing here. So the collector's edition, which we'll talk about in just a little bit here, is going to come with the soundtrack as well here too, which is, like I said, absolutely phenomenal here. There's plenty of weapons here. Of course, there's SMGs, there's LMGs, there's grenades, there's grenade launchers, there's freaking chainsaws that you can use to just absolutely destroy your humans as well, or your enemies as well here too. And there's guns all throughout the whole entire game here you can pick up and use that you're going to need to use too, especially when you're doing boss battles. There is finishers as well here too, so the whole purpose of the game here is to drain your opponent's stamina down, so that way you can perform a finisher on them. Now there's over 80 finishers in this game here, and I'm telling you, they are fantastic. There's a different one almost that you always see, but it does get a little repetitive, but again, with over 80 freaking finishers, you never get bored of seeing them. So they're always fantastic, and they're always just fun to be able to do here. It's so pleasing to be able to do after you've been sitting here battling this enemy for so long as well here too. If you're a fan of parrying, which I know a lot of us are here, there's something called guarding in this game, which is basically parrying, and you can actually perform a perfect guard as well here too. So of course, you can use that guard, and if you hit it just right, you'll perform the perfect guard and be able to, counter it, come back, and absolutely destroy. There is, of course, going to be like a skills tree. There's also going to be like weapon upgrades as well here too. So both weapon and skill upgrades. It's absolutely fantastic. There's a huge skills tree, and really, it's not hard to to get skills as well as skill points in this game. And you're definitely going to need them, because I'm telling you, the further you get in this game, you're absolutely going to need them. Even at the very, very start of the game, you're going to need to definitely level up and get those skills all going here as well too. As far as weapons go, There's plenty of like attachments and stuff that you can get. There's different skins for your guns that you can get as well here too. And again, you're going to need all this as well, like I said, when you're going against some of these, because they're going to need more damage. You're going to need more stopping power as well here too. So definitely make sure you are upgrading your skills and your weapon as well here too. The graphics themselves are not flawless by any means. It does have some drop frames here and there, some slowdown some areas as well here too. Mainly when a lot of enemies and action is going on, but nothing that really affects the gameplay. I did suffer one like major crash on the Xbox Series X here. At about 40 minutes into the game just bugged out, crashed, and took me back to the Xbox home screen. Not too sure it was going to be a day one patch or not to fix that, but really that's the only time I had any major issues other than the general, like I said, frames dropping here and there. The zombie unit themselves, so this whole entire police squad is definitely a lot of fun here. The characters themselves are a lot of fun. There's one in there that apparently it appears to be hearing impaired, deaf here. To me, that resonates home because I have a few, hearing impaired family members as well here too. So for me, that resonates quite a bit. And this cast of characters are absolutely hilarious. There's a lot of wittiness, lots of comedy in the game as well here too. All in all, though, all 4 members of this police squad, including the captain, everybody else that's in the game, the characters themselves are just great. They're just great done, and they look fantastic, and they sound great as well here too. The game is definitely very challenging. Like I mentioned, it's very challenging here. So I've cussed a lot at video games, but more recently here playing this game did have me cursing quite a bit here. It had me on my toes. It had to keep coming back for more. I died a lot. It took me quite a few times to actually beat certain bosses and even just certain enemies as well here too. It's crazy because when you die once, you get a revive, and if you die again, it's game over, and you start back over the whole entire mission. So if you're to the boss or close to the boss anyways here, you literally have to start all over. Now when you get to the boss themselves and you die, then you come back and you face the boss again. But throughout the rest of the mission though, if you die, you start back over at the very beginning here. It's cool because like I said, you also get revives, but you can get revives throughout the game here. You have skill trees. In the skill tree, you can get additional revives. So if you pick up one revive, it gives you an additional one as well here too, which you're going to need, like I said, as you get further along into the game. So there is 3 different difficulties in this game. There is normal, there's hard, and then there's Japanese hard. I don't even want to know what Japanese hard is. I'm not playing on hard. I'm playing on normal, and I'm still having a hell of a time here. But again, though, lots of fun to be had. Like I mentioned, very challenging, much compared to the Ninja Gaiden series as well here too. Basically, learning the opponent's patterns, learning your combat system, especially with boss battles and so forth. And like I mentioned, just upgrading those skills as well here too. You'll have no problem at all. There are some really cool mini games. So once you actually get to the police headquarters, that's when kind of the fun starts happening. You get into the headquarters. There's 4 floors. Each floor has several other things. There's things like a shooting range. There's a game room that you can go into. There's like an investigation room as well here too. The game room is by far my funnest because there is actual like a jukebox in there. There's little like games that you can play where you can win collectibles. So you have different collectibles that you can get in the game, but you can go play like a claw machine. And you can pick up collectibles. If you get that, you add to your collection as well here too. All in all, though, it's just a lot of fun here. The game room itself is just absolutely fantastic. There's also going to be a shooting range, which is definitely a lot of fun here. The shooting range allows you to go in there and kind of just mess around, and there's a score. There's different games you can do kind of with the whole shooting range. Best score, time attack as well here too. So definitely at least makes it a lot of fun, not just a normal shooting range here. There's something that I thought was really interesting here. This is absolutely, definitely something different, and it adds to that comedy and adds to that fun of this game here, where you can do like a ramen noodle like battle here, where you can actually battle somebody in a ramen noodle eating contest, and it's more of like a rhythm beat style of a game here, where a rhythm game where basically you just hit like A at a certain time, B, X, RT, LT, etc. here as you go along, and you have to hit them just right. You got to finish your bowls of ramen. Once you finish your bowl of ramen, you get a new one. But yes, the whole objective, of course, is to beat your opponent. But again, I thought it was very cool and kind of unique and very funny to see a ramen noodle style of game, mini game here in this particular game. Like I mentioned, a lot of this magic happens in the police headquarters that you're going to unlock a lot of this as well here too, and you'll be able to see it. And then of course you can use the elevator and go on to these different floors, but also you can eventually go on to your next mission as well here too. But like I mentioned, the police headquarters is a lot of fun. Now, got to get to the negatives a little bit here. Like I said, the biggest negatives are going to be the crashing here. Now, it happened once. I can't complain too much about that. The loading screens I thought was a little bit annoying. So there's a loading screen after everything, especially once you get to the police headquarters. But although they made it kind of funny here, where the actual loading screen is like that meme, or I can't remember what it is, basically where it's all the guys are like, oh my god, I can't remember what it's called, but like it's like the oh you got served style type of deal here. But that is a loading screen that all 4 members of this police unit here, this zombie unit, reenacted as well. So it's kind of cool. But again though, it's kind of annoying to see all the different load screens, but I understand they're there for a reason here. Now I will mention that the game does get a little repetitive, as most fighting games do, but I never had a dull moment. I never had a bad time. I did get frustrating, especially with the challenging bosses as well here too, and even some of the challenging enemies. Man, I was really getting frustrated. But again though, repetitive style game at a point, but a lot of fun if you're into the hack and slash, beat 'em up, you know, shooter style games as well here too, and you're familiar with, like I said, the Ninja Gaiden style games. You definitely will have a lot of fun. I know a lot of people are probably going to get kind of upset because, like I mentioned, once you die, the game over screen comes up. You do go back to the very beginning. And I know there's a couple times where I was just like, man, I don't even want to play this again. I just want to be done with it. But I kept going back. I kept doing it. I had to be able to finish it. I wanted to finish this level. I wanted to finish this mission. And I definitely had a lot of fun with it. And once you die, like I said, it's frustrating, but you get used to it here. And like I said, it is a lot of fun moving forward. So all in all though, guys, so far so good. I've had a lot of fun with it here. Like I said, I got about 4 hours into it. I'll come back here with a full review of the game. But just kind of want to give you guys a little bit of a heads up here, kind of give you some information about the game here, show you some gameplay, tell you what you can kind of expect as well here too. And again though, all in all though, if you're into the arcade style hack and slash games, you're into the more fast paced games as well too, you're really going to have a lot of fun with this game. It should definitely be on your radar here. It's definitely a hidden gem in my personal, experience here, my personal thoughts. I think that it is definitely a hidden gem and one that you need to play. Now, I know I talked a little bit about how this game is available now here today. It's available for $59.99 for the standard edition here. The actual collector's edition is going to run you $79.99. So what are you going to get in the collector's edition? Well, the collector's edition I have pre-ordered, like I mentioned, for $80. That's going to give you the game itself, the steelbook. You get the soundtrack, which is absolutely fantastic. You get a 116-page art book. You get a zombie unit magnet, and you get a set of 8 postcards as well here too. So that is going to be the collector's edition. Otherwise, as mentioned, you can get the $60 standard edition as well here too. And it's also, of course, available digitally. So again, big shout out to 110 Industries for allowing me a chance to play this game here. Let me dive into it and let me share with you guys here what I thought. So leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to try to kind of go over that with what I've played anyway so far. By the time this actually releases, I probably have the game done already. But again, though, kind of want to come on here a little bit early and give you guys some insights as well here too of what I thought of this great game called Untitled Dead, which again is available here today. So as mentioned, make sure you guys sound off down below here. Make sure you guys like this video if you choose to. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and make sure you turn on that bell notification to keep updated with all things that is Chit Chat Gaming. And as always, guys, happy gaming.